In the next several slides, we will discuss the immigration documents for a F1 or J1 international student at Kennesaw State University. These documents include the I-20, DS-2019, passport, visa, and I-94. The most important document showing the F1 status within the United States is the I-20. The I-20 has a unique SEVIS ID number beginning with the letter N. This ID number is located on the top left corner of the I-20. SEVIS is an electronic database in which all personal data of a F1 or J1 student is entered by advisors in the International Student and Scholar Services Office. This information is monitored by the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. Dependents, which include the spouse and/or children under 21 years of age who accompany the F1 student, are issued an I-20 showing F2 status. The program start and end date are located in Section 3. The I-20 cannot expire during studies at KSU. Requesting an extension even 1 day after the I-20 expires will have negative consequences for a student. F1 students are allowed to stay 60 days past their end date, not for study or work, but just to be in the United States. On page 2 of the I-20 are 3 more sections. Section 1 indicates employment authorization of a F1 student. Section 2 indicates any change of status. More information on these 2 sections will be discussed later in our orientation. Section 3 indicates travel authorization. A travel authorization must be signed by an international student advisor in the International Student and Scholar Services Office before students travel outside of the United States. A travel signature is valid for 12 months and can be used multiple times during that 12-month period. Students will need a valid passport, a valid visa stamp, and an unexpired I-20 with a valid travel signature when they re-enter the United States. The most important document to maintain J1 status within the United States is the DS-2019. The SEVIS ID number is located in the top right corner. The program's start and end date is found in Section 3. J1 students are allowed to stay only 30 days past their end date, not for study or work, but just to be in the United States. A travel endorsement is found on the bottom right-hand corner. Before any travel outside of the United States, a travel authorization must be signed by an international student advisor in the International Student and Scholar Services Office. A travel signature is valid for 12 months and can be used multiple times during that 12-month period. Students will need a valid passport, a valid visa stamp, and an unexpired DS-2019 with a valid travel signature when they re-enter the United States. Federal regulations require all F1 and J1 students report changes to the I-20 or DS-2019 to the International Student and Scholar Services Office within 10 days of the change. This includes major, degree level, financial support, name change, dependent status changes, phone or email, and address changes in the United States. A student's passport should not expire in the United States. Students must contact their home country embassy or consulate in the United States to renew their passport at least 6 months before it expires. International students should think of the visa stamp as their entry ticket into the United States. It is the document that permits international students' entry into the United States along with their I-20 or DS-2019. The visa may expire while a student is in the United States. If it expires, it must be renewed in the student's home country prior to re-entry. It is not possible to renew a visa while inside the United States. Students generally cannot re-enter the United States if their visa is expired, although some exceptions exist for short visits to countries close to the United States. The Form I-94 is a record of a foreign national's entry into the United States. It shows when they entered, what status they have, and how long they are allowed to be in the United States. Students can retrieve a copy of their electronic form I-94 at www.cbp.gov/I-94. All international students are advised to confirm their personal information indicated on their I-94 admission record and check for any mistakes such as incorrect visa type or incorrect admit until date. F1 and J1 students should be admitted for duration of status, or DS. If there is ever an error with an I-94, students are advised to contact their international student advisor as soon as possible. Make and keep copies of all immigration documents, such as your I-20, DS 2019, I-94, passport, and visa. If you have any questions about your immigration documents or lose them, please contact the International Student and Scholar Services Office.